Welcome to the Mappool showcase for the Tier 2 quarterfinals. We have a larger selection of maps this time around, a whole 18 pick and bannable maps with 3 tiebreakers. And we're moving from a best of 9 with 1 ban to a best of 11 with 2 bans. Have fun with the video. Originally from Resoa and mapped by CRN. Many of you may be familiar with this song. I am, of course, talking about Real Life, the song which featured in the Memory Snow OVA. This particular map contains many geometrical patterns and a few long bursts which may catch some players out. Otherwise, it's about what you'd expect from a CRN map. Have you ever thought that Kieran Haykids needed a sped up? No? Well, me neither. Anyways, the number 2 for this week is the widely known The Auxiliate song Kieran Haykids, but sped up to a whopping 190 BPM. This map certainly is not for the faint-hearted, being about 3 minutes of pure stamina drain and maybe a few too many sliders. This is certainly one for those who enjoy a good finger torture session.
Remember that Gara Gara map? Well, this is basically the spiritual successor to it. Zudomayo and Suki Nathan certainly make a very good combination when it comes to OSU maps, and this one is no exception. The alt map this time around is the Song of Study Me. It is the longest non-tiebreaker map in the pool, is really aim-heavy, has funky geometric patterns, and is full of slightly questionable sliders. Welcome to hell, lads. Hey, it's a Yasao Tech map. It has just about everything a non-tech player would hate. 200 BPM bursts, considerable amounts of slider spam and slider velocity changes, as well as much, much more. There are even a few perfect stacks as well. If Nomad 3 was hell, then this is something considerably worse than hell. I couldn't really come up with a good analogy for this one, but you just gotta understand that it's really, really hard.
The Nomad speed pick this week, the poolers have gone with the rather unsurprising choice of a 240 BPM breakcore map. A song which, in fact, comes from the same artist behind other tracks such as Unpleasant Sonata and others. It's Igor's Kikadede, a name far harder to pronounce than the map is to play, as you can probably tell. As with most early-ish Nomad 5s, it's got quite a few kick sliders, although a lot of bursts too, which really do test your speed. If you can't do 240 BPM bursts, you probably want to be on the bench for this one.
Our first rhythm pick of the tournament comes in the form of Hajimete Girls. There is of course no extreme rhythm complexity, as you'd expect from the first Nomad 6 of the tournament. It's effectively 189 BPM and has a lot of overlaps, slow aim, doubles, and occasionally some 252 BPM alt sections. Overall, not too hard, but would probably majorly challenge the average DT1 trick. So, if you can only play double time, you may not want to touch this map at all.
Starting off the HT section, we find possibly the most painful reading HT we've seen so far. It's like the No Mod 4 from earlier, but with a hidden mod. Unsurprisingly, such a painful map could only have been concocted by a master in the dark art of making painful maps. Who am I talking about? Well, none other than Toybot, of course. The map in question is his guest diff on Deep Switch, a map which seemingly is designed to make you incredibly frustrated and want to uninstall Osu. Have fun. Considering the maps that have already appeared in this pool, you would be very much mistaken if you thought that Big Brayn and his team of sadists wouldn't have an excruciatingly long HD2 in this pool. Coming in at a whopping 3 minutes and 44 seconds, the LMT diff of Winter Diamond is full of awkward to read patterns and lots of triple-double combinations. Choking hazard, not suitable for children under 3, or anyone for that matter. To finish the hidden pool, we have yet another LMT diff, this time from Amasetic Watch Out. As you should be expecting by now, having seen the last 2 hidden maps, this map is unfairly difficult. Then again, whoever said life was fair? Anyways, this map is really finger control heavy, and pretty slow too. It has super harsh flowing patterns, overlapping streams, 1/6 bursts and fast sliders just to top it off. The perfect map for those hidden main teams to really abuse when playing against teams that maybe aren't so confident in HD.
Pierce the Veil, Bolts in the Bronx. A classic when it comes to alternative metal. This song represents our first hardship map with a rather slow, hard to act map on CS 5.5. Uncomfortable for most players. Despite having a low BPM, it also consists of very fast sliders and big spacing, and to top things off, the key eye is rather slowed down than a speed up compared to the ordinary. And as we move on, a KTG-ster map graces our pool with Caliburn. While the song might remind you of the Middle Ages with King Arthur, you might not really have the luxury to think about that. With a stream-heavy high circle size map at 190 BPM, this should take your full attention to neither stop your cursor nor your tapping. A more modern sound is Signals, making its appearance in the last hardrock slot. With a checker sound comes a checkers map consisting of a lot of sliders, overlaps, a few bursts and much more that you'd expect, but it will still surprise you in your first runs. So, involving a lot of reading and finger control, this should prove really difficult to anyone not loving the modification already.
An anime song introduces the double time pool. Kali-based difficulty on Contrail Kiseki is exactly what you'd think it is. At 252 beats per minute and a lot of jumps, this is a really aim-heavy consistency pick with a few bursts. It's also the longest DT at nearly 3 minutes of drain time. Cynics and Critics is a song that every Oaks player should know by now. The insane diff of this set gives us the map with the highest AR and the highest BPM in the pool, which is probably heaven to every speed player in this tourney. This really dense, barely 2-minute map has a lot of bursts and really wide angle jumps, so flow right through. Because he's just too great, we had to put another of his maps in the pool. That's right, more KT G-Stir. This time with Senkyu Ranbu, we will see a complex finger control map at 202 BPM. Oh, I said the previous map was dense, right? Well, this tops the other again, having 1400 combo in only 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Filled with many bursts, even streams, and of course doubles. Don't underestimate this pick. Another really dense map shows up as the last DT pick with 230 BPM and many longer streams up to 19 circles. If you now think, oh wow, 19 notes, that's not much, you'll be very happy because the next stream is just one slider away.
Getting to the weekly Catch-22 pick, we come along with the next overused map, this time by Data. Proud Dust is a flow aim heavy pick consisting of a lot of singles and very few bursts. Despite this, it's still 190 BPM and those singles are definitely no joke to aim or read with hidden. Go ahead, pick your poison. By now, you're probably already missing high BPM again, and we are not here to disappoint. With many high spacing jumps, this snap aim heavy map should prove rather difficult. Sayonara Waltz sounds like a happy song, but this map does not spread happiness if you have to also add a mod and are not allowed to miss. Oh, and the end has a few bursts, so watch out for them too. If your match gets really close and you die, we've got 3 cool marathon length maps for you, just like last week. You already know this. Anyways, coming in first is our much loved Dematori, with a lot of jumps and even more streams. This map is mostly transitioning from jumps to streams as it progresses, so good luck. Give it a shot.
Coming up next is the alternate tiebreaker. This time in the second slot instead of the third. With even more flame than the previous one, the spacing in this gets really big. But you have to get there first and survive this really long intro, and after the first verse being rather difficult consistently throughout. Oh, and don't forget to hit the slider ends on those fast, long sliders.
Now, at the end of this video, the very last map was pulled, and we got out with a banger. To sum it up, we have a tech tiebreaker with doubles, slider jumps, finger control, and all that jazz. The map is called Startup, and as you might already hear, it's a Psyche song, and it most likely requires the most snap aim and aim control in those tiebreaker slots. So go ahead and give it a try. See you guys next week.